Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor P. Bhaskar Reddy, Department of Ancient Indian History, Culture and Archaeology, Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. The present module of the course, Outlines of Indian History, you are going to learn about an important topic, the national movement, which begins a new era in the history of India, which this topic covers from the inception of national movement up to the end of Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movements. In the previous module, we have discussed the socio-cultural awakening brought by various pioneers of India. The spread of Western education, thought, political consciousness, growth of journalism, and growth of communication development paved the way for the emergence of intelligentsia in Indian society and accelerated the public activities. The new stirrings of the emergence of classes and the people, they started their voices for the political, economic and grievances. Thus, a new era, that is the national movement, began in the end of 19th century. The objectives of the present module are origin and growth of the national movement, partition of Bengal and its impact, Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movements, impact of Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movement in progressing the national movement. With these objectives, let us start our discussion first on origin and growth of national movement, how the national movement was began in India. The national consciousness had awakened among the Indians and several associations were formed in 19th century, which we have discussed in the previous modules itself. The political consciousness helped in strengthening the national movement since the formation of Indian National Congress in the year 1885. Virtually, the history of the national movement is the history of the Congress because it led the movement since its inception up to its success in the year 1947 with independence. For the sake of easy understanding, the objectives of the national movement were changed from time to time. Hence, the history of the national movement can be studied in three phases. The first phase of national movement, known as moderate nationalism, covers from 1885 to 1905, when at the time the Congress continued to be loyal to the British Crown, but they represented the public grievances for its solution. The second phase, which began from 1905, continued up to 1919, it witnessed two important movements, Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movements, and also it reflected the rise of militant nationalism and the home rule movements. Then the third phase began from 1919 to 1947, where it is known in the national movement as the era of Gandhi. Regarding the first phase of nationalism, the objectives of the Congress are clear. The important aims and policies of the Congress to progress the national movement are, it is regarded as a period of liberal national movement. The leaders had complete faith in the British sense of justice and fair play. They placed the grievances of the people before the government reasonably and politely. The Congress also believed and pursued perfect constitutional methods. The methods which the Congress adopted were the petitions to the government, public meetings, memoranda, and propaganda through pamphlets and newspapers. It also deliberated the problems in its annual sessions, passed resolutions, submitted petitions to the government to implement them, and propagated its views among the people. The changes introduced by the British in administrative, judicial, economic, and intellectual life of the country also prepared the ground for the rise of new class of restless and dynamic leaders in the same pace. It is known that by the end of 19th century, the Indian nationalists had grown in self-respect and self-confidence. This is an important achievement in the progress of the national movement. These leaders had acquired faith in their capacity to govern themselves and in the future development of the country. The constitutional agitation through petitions, which they began since 1985, gradually yielded place to a new aggressive demand for political privileges from 1905. It is known that by the year 1905, the India possessed a large number of leaders in guiding any type of agitations. The period from 1905 was known as the era of extremism because the leaders like Tilak, Aurobindo Ghosh and Bipin Chandra Pal preached the message of self-respect and asked the nationalists to rely on character and capacities of the Indian people. The main objective was to attain Swaraj and not just self-government. By the year 1905, there were several leaders which have clear objective and they propagated the self-government also. Thus, in Indian nationalism, the extremism was also began from the year 1905. Now, we may assess what are the causes for the rise of extremism in national movement. The failure of the moderates to win any notable success than the expression of the legislative councils by the Indian Council Act 1892. The famine and plague of 1896-97 affected the whole of the country. The economic conditions of the people also became worse. The ill treatment of Indians in South Africa on the basis of color of skin also added fuel to fire. The Russo-Japanese War of 1904 and 5, in which Japanese defeated the European power Russia. So this was an inspiration for the development of a different thinking of the Indian leaders. Thus, the rise of extremism was the reactionary rule of Lord Curzon and his policies. Lord Curzon's first measure was the partition of Bengal in the year 1905. With this discussion on the origin of the national movement, now we may discuss about the Curzon's policies and partition of Bengal, how it promoted the further progress of the national movement, which it originated in different way. In the year 1905, gave a dramatic twist and a new direction to the national movement. On July 19th, 1905, Lord Curzon announced that the Bengal presidency would be divided into two parts with effect from 16th October 1905. The partition was mainly devised to gain political benefits, but Curzon's outward argument in favor of this was administrative consideration. However, the real motive of the Curzon was to curb the growth of national feeling in the politically advanced Bengal by dividing wedge between the Bengali-speaking Hindus and Muslims and destroying the solidarity of 78 million Bengalis by dividing them into two blocks. This is the real motto of the Lord Curzon. Another motive behind the partition of Bengalis, the Lord Curzon, it is evident to show the enormous power of the British government in doing whatever it liked. Thus, the Indian National Congress and the Nationalists of Bengal firmly opposed the policies of the Curzon and also division of the Bengal. With this background, the Indian National Congress met in 1905 under the presidency of Gokhale at Calcutta and resolved to condemn the partition of Bengal and the reactionary policies of Curzon. They also resolved to support the anti-partition and Swadeshi movement of Bengal. Thus, the partition of Bengal inflamed the leaders of the people. The officials, the educated Muslims and the Muslim peasantry of Bengal condemned this partition. Then, many leaders started to make their agitation against the partition of Bengal. Among that, Surendranath Banerjee started powerful anti-partition movement in the Bengal region in the initial stages. Later, Tilak, Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal and Aurobindo wanted the movement to be taken to the other parts of the country and go even beyond a boycott of foreign goods, which to become a full-fledged political mass struggle with the goal of attaining Swaraj. Thus, the Indian national movement, which began in the year 1885 with several programs, it continued up to 1905, but the partition of Bengal, it flamed the feelings of the nationalists and it culminated to another important phase of movement, that is Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movements. Now we can shift our discussion on what is Swadeshi movement, Vande Mataram movement, its principles, and who are the leaders who propagated the programs in wider parts of the country. The Swadeshi movement had its genesis in the anti-partition movement. The birth of intense national feeling here caused reverberations throughout India. A strong waves of protest movements was launched in Bengal in the initial stages to pressurize the government to annul the partition. The formal proclamation of Swadeshi movement was made on 7th August 1905 in a meeting held at Calcutta Town Hall. The Bengal leaders felt that mere demonstrations, public meetings and resolutions were not likely to have much effect on the rulers. They thought that more positive action would reveal the intensity of popular feelings and exhibit them at their best was needed. The boycott resolution was passed in the meeting to protest against the partition. Thus, the Swadeshi movement involved programs like not cooperating with the British by boycotting government courts, schools and colleges. Promotion of Swadeshi and boycott of foreign goods, it is another program. Introduction and promotion of national education through the establishment of national schools and colleges. With these programs, the Swadeshi movement was begun overwhelmingly, initially in the Bengal. On 16th October 1905, it was observed as the day of mourning throughout the Bengal. The young men paraded the streets singing the Vande Mataram song composed by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Mass meetings were also held all over the Bengal where Swadeshi or the use of Indian goods and the boycott of British goods were proclaimed and pledged. In many places, the public burning of foreign cloth was organized and shops selling foreign cloths were also picketed. Rabindranath Tagore's Swadeshi songs also gave expression to the people's anguish. During this moment, the people tied rakis on each other's hand as a symbol of unity of two halves of Bengal. Surendranath Banerjee and Ananda Mohan Bose addressed huge gatherings which they inspired a large gatherings, and also it was an inspiration for the spread of Swadeshi movement. An important aspect of the Swadeshi movement was the emphasis placed on self-reliance or Atma Shakti. This is a clear motto of the Swadeshi movement. Self-reliance meant assertion of national dignity, honor and self-confidence. Besides the above, in the economic field, it meant fostering indigenous industrial and other enterprises. The movement which was began in the Bengal not only confined to the Bengal region, later it was spread all parts of the country, which was taken by various leaders of the nation. The movement spread in Pune and Bombay under the able leadership of Bala Gangadhar Tilak, in the regions of Punjab under the Lala Lajpat Rai and Ajit Singh, in Delhi under the leadership of Syed Hyder Raja, and in Madras Presidency under Chidambaram Pillai. It is known that Bala Gangadhar Tilak took the movement in his famous epigram, "Swaraj is my birthright and I will have it," which it had revolutionized the movement in a new inspiration. Aurobindo Ghosh, one of the prominent spiritual leaders, he declared that political freedom is the life breath of a nation. Lala Lajpat Rai thundered with sterling and thought-provoking speeches. In his speech, he stated that Indians should no longer be content to be beggars whining for flavors, for if they really cared for their country, they would have to strike a blow for themselves. Thus, the Calcutta session of the Congress, held from 26 to 29 December 1908, under the leadership of Dadabhai Naoroji, adopted the Vande Mataram song as the national song of India and the Swaraj or self-government as its goal. This was also another important phase in the progress of the national movement. Bipin Chandra Pal, Aurobindo Ghosh, the prominent leaders of the Congress, used their efforts to impetus the movement in all parts of the other parts of the country. The Vande Mataram movement received new spirit and strength, particularly in Andhra, Madras, due to the tour of Bipin Chandra Pal in the year 1907. Swadeshi League was also started in the Madras Presidency. During this period, some students were sent to Japan by these associations to receive industrial training in order to develop indigenous industries. The Swadeshi supporters preached day in and day out about the importance of Swadeshi, encouraged establishment of Swadeshi stores, organized public meetings, supported and promoted indigenous industry, and also the boycott of foreign goods. As the movement was gaining strength day by day, Lord Minto, the successor of Curzon, adopted several measures against the rising tide of the anti-British activities. In the course of suppression, in Lahore and Rawalpindi, the situation grew very tense in the years 1907 and 8. Even the editors and printers were imprisoned in a large number, and the law known as the Colonization Bill was passed to prevent such type of anti-British activities. In the suppression of the revolt, during the years 1907 and 8, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Ashwini Kumar Dutt, Ajit Singh were also deported, and Tilak was given a 6-year imprisonment. Protests were organized against the Seditious Meeting Act of 1907, which restricted the right of holding public meetings so as to curtail the movement. After the implementation of Seditious Meeting Act, there was a overwhelming agitation and resented and protested by the people throughout the country. There was also widespread hostility towards the Europeans during this period. When the Swadeshi and boycott movements began to be effective and took different forms at different places, decisions were taken not to import foreign goods, and bona fides of foreign cloth were organized on 26 September 1908. By the year 1910, the Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movement began to lose its momentum. The extremists in Congress like Balagangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, Aurobindo also began losing their hold over the movement. Thus, the government also taken some measures and changed their policies regarding the Bengal partition, and with the annulment of partition of Bengal in 1911, the movement gradually disappeared from the time being until it took a new form under the title of Home Rule Movement, launched by Annie Besant and Tilak. Thus, the Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movement, which began against the policies of Curzon and against the partition of Bengal, it received great impetus in various parts of the country. They conducted several programs to, in the name of protection, and also in the boycotting of foreign goods, cloths, and others. The course which we have discussed, but it have a great impact on the national movement. What was the impact of the Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movement and its impact we can discuss now. The Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movement, with its multifaceted programs and activities, was able to draw for the first time large sections of society into active participation in modern national politics, and still larger sections into the ambit of modern political ideas. It would be no exaggeration to say that The year 1905 was an epoch-making year, leaving a profound and far-reaching influence on the public life of Bengal and the future of the country. Further, the movement created greater national consciousness among the people. The Swadeshiism made a deep dent in the society and also all sections of the classes. It provided an opportunity for reviving the weaving industry, which suffered a lot due to the mechanized industrial activities and also due to the policies of the Britishers. As a result, many textile mills, soap and match factories, handloom weaving concerns, national banks and insurance companies were opened in India to promote our Swadeshi activities. In this, Acharya E.C. Ray organized his famous Bengal Chemical Swadeshi stores to promote the Swadeshi products. By a systematic boycott of British fabrics and fostering of temper of Swadeshi, the national movement created tremendous demand for indigenous cloth. This was evident from London Times, which contained a review of World Trade of 1908. Because of that, a Great Depression prevailed in the world, which caused the closure of nearly 540 mills in Manchester alone, and 4 lakh operatives were out of work. However, it gave a boost to the Indian textile industry. Since the birth of Swadeshi boycott movement, the mills in and around Bombay had been working incessantly and in 1908 were unable to meet the demand of the local cloth. Despite the depression, throughout the whole manufacturing world, the Bombay mills were now safe in position once again because of the Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movement and the inspiration created by the nation leaders for the promotion of Swadeshi goods. This was mainly attributed to the Swadeshi boycott movement, which prompted all these developments, particularly in textile and weaving industries. The weavers tried to revive their traditional industry by acquiring latest technology also. The people, along with the merchants, boycotted foreign cloth and even promoted Indian cloth as a program of this Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movement. Besides the above, coming to the social base of the Vande Mataram is concerned, it confined to the urban and educated middle class only, more particularly to the professional classes such as lawyers, teachers and the youth. But it was not spread large to the other sections of the society. However, the students came out in large numbers to propagate and practice Swadeshi and to take a lead in organizing picketing of shops, selling of foreign goods, etc. It also attracted the artisan groups, especially the weaving community in the urban and rural areas, and merchant and business classes in the urban classes, where they were overwhelmingly and enthusiastically participated in the movement. Apart from this, some landlords also associated themselves with the national movement. However, the absence of women was conspicuous during the early stage of national movement. However, the movement was unable to make much headway in mobilizing the peasantry classes, especially in the lower ranks, since the goal of the movement did not emphasize the peasant demands, and therefore the peasants did not actually join in the struggle in the beginnings of this movement. However, sporadic incidents of Muslim masses participation could be noticed in various parts of the country. The leaders and the thinkers for the propagation of the Swadeshi ideals and the movement, they used different methods. The important methods they adopted were conducting public meetings, writing slogans on walls, railway carriages and other public places, celebrating the birth anniversaries of great patriots of the time, establishing reading rooms, slogan shouting and singing of nationalist songs in meeting and public places, bona fides of cloth, minting of Swadeshi coins, etc. Thus, the national movement, which began with the establishment of Indian National Congress in the year 1885, they started the political consciousness and they started the movement vigorously, but their objectives were changed from time to time. In this, we have discussed the early phase of the national movement up to 1905, the rise of extremism and the policies of the Lord Curzon, and also partition of Bengal, and how this partition of Bengal movement culminated to the origin of Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movements, and various programs followed by the leaders of the Swadeshi movement and Vande Mataram movement for the propagation of the ideals of the movement. Then finally, the movement came to an end by the year 1911. Now, regarding the brief conclusion of the discussion are, the Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movement had a definite and a constructive role in the freedom struggle. It would be wrong, however, to see the movement as a failure. The movement made a major contribution in taking the idea of nationalism in a truly creative fashion to many sections of the people hitherto untouched by it. By doing so, it further eroded the hegemony of colonial ideals and institutions. It shaped the minds of the people in favor of a long-drawn struggle for independence and laid a strong foundation for achieving the goal of independence. After the end of the Swadeshi and Vande Mataram movement, in the year 1916, Tilak and Annie Besant started the another phase of the movement, that is Home Rule League movement, which we can discuss in the next module. With this discussion, I hope that you may understood the beginnings of the national movement, course of the national movement, and the significance of the Vande Mataram and Swadeshi movement and its impact on the progress of national movement. For more details, see the e-text and other component parts. Thank you.